Somebody say podcast in the garden. I'm just sat out here having the time of my life. Like, how happy does the sun make you? I feel like a different person. I don't even recognise myself. Just put you in such a good mood, doesn't it? So I was just sat here and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to get me mic. Get me little Amazon mic, get in the garden and see what comes through. And what I'm feeling into is the importance of the people that you surround yourself with. So let's just get into it. So I know for me, on my own personal journey, when I first started my business and everything started changing and my whole life started up leveling, the main question that I used to get asked by anyone really, students, whether I'd go on podcasts, people that I'd meet, collaborations, anyone, it'd be what would you say is the main thing? To choose something, what would the main thing be in terms of you changing your life, changing the way that you are, changing the person that you are? And something that I always fell into and I always came back to time and time again when answering that question genuinely is the people that I surround myself with. And that was the biggest change that I made on my journey. I haven't got one single friend who I absolutely love that I've just recorded for 20 minutes and it didn't record because my memory was full on my phone, so it stopped recording and I didn't know. So that wasn't meant to be. Whatever I said in that 20 minutes, it wasn't meant to be. So here we go again. What I was saying was the importance of the people that you surround yourself with. So when I went through that transition, when I began to wake up, when I began to realise I need to change my life, I need to stop being in these cycles, I need to stop doing the same shit, I needed to change my daily habits. And I realised that the people that was in my circle was the actual opposite to what I was trying to do, to who I was trying to be, to the person that I was trying to become. So feel into how serious do they take the health? What do they do on weekends? What do they do when the kids are at the dad's? What do they do outside of work? What are the hobbies? What are their interests? What conversations do you have when you WhatsApp each other on WhatsApp and stuff like that? Where do them conversations go? And when I really sat with myself, I realised, wow, all I have in common with these people is just going out, drinking and partying. And just, if it wasn't getting pissed, then I wouldn't really speak to them, I wouldn't reach out to them, there's nothing really to do. And when I felt into, is that the life that I want to live? Is that me? Because if I'm saying that I want this success, that I want to be the healthiest, fittest, best version of me, I want a life where I live in the highest vibration of who I am, then you can't be going out on a weekend partying. You can't be surrounding yourself with people who don't mirror that version of you back to you. So there was a part of my journey when I moved back in with my mum, and me and my son shared the tiny little box room, a single bed. Me and my 10-year-old son. Wow, those was the days. Feels like a lifetime ago, but that was my life for that period of time, that chapter in my book. And my brother was away. I think he was in India or he was in Thailand or wherever he was. He used to go everywhere. But he came home, and I remember him getting up really early, even though he wasn't in work till later on. He'd get up very early in the morning and he had a morning ritual, a morning routine. I remember him going out for runs. I remember him always in the gym, sat around. I'd be watching telly and binging don't know, The Only Way is Essex. That used to be my little thing. And he'd be sat there reading a book. He'd go to bed early. He ate so healthy. At this time he was vegan, and I'd do a food shop for me and my son and just be basically buying shit and whatever I wanted and whatever he wanted, junk food and all of the things. And my brother would just be eating proper healthy food, and I'd be what the fuck? I didn't understand it, but I was intrigued by it. There was something within me, there was something within this broken, low vibrational, give up on life version of me that thought, whatever that is, I don't necessarily know if I fell into I want a piece of it, but it was like, I want to know what it is. It intrigues me. It inspires me. I want to know more about it. And then I just started spending more time with him. I lived with him. So being around his energy, watching the things that he'd done and his habits and his daily routines. And then I just started so organically, without trying to, I just started to slowly be on the same page as him. So I'd start like eating more healthy. I'd start taking my gym sessions more seriously. I started going for walks in nature, not because, I was having a panic attack or anything, but I wanted to connect to nature. So all of these small things I started doing, and then I started reading, and that changed everything for me. The first book that I ever read was Think and Grow Rich. Changed my life, changed everything for me. If you've not read that book, honestly, get it. Like, this is your sign. Go on Amazon right now and get that book. It is insane, especially if you're somebody who wants to grow a business and you want to step into that success. That played a massive part for me. But anyway, so you could say my brother, I owe him a lot. Like, I do. I owe him a lot, because he was the only person that I knew who lived like that. I didn't have role models. I didn't have people to look up to. I didn't have people that inspired me or anything like that. I didn't have that around me. I had people who just went out and got pissed and had normal jobs and just lived like a normal life. I wasn't around spirituality. I wasn't around mindset. I wasn't around anything along those lines. And truth be told, it was actually YouTube that changed a lot for me. Because don't forget now, it's so easy to be like, well, you can be like that, Catherine, because you invest like £16,000 into working with a coach and stuff like that. Yeah. But let's rewind it. Let's go back to the start. Did I invest £16,000 in coaches then? No. I didn't have a pot to piss in. I didn't know what I was doing. I done all the free shit. I spent my time, I lived my life actually on YouTube, watching all of the free content, videos like this, where it would speak to me. I'd be like, I would watch videos like this, which is why I'm so hyped about putting this shit out there, because I know the impact that these videos can have, because I was once the girl watching them who would watch a video and be like, oh my god, I feel like she's talking to me. I feel like I was aligned to watch this video. I feel like she's recorded this for me. Like, whoever the hell she is, I don't know her, but I feel that connected to her. I love this song. I feel that connected to her. I love Gabrielle. You can't beat Gabrielle, can you? I feel that connected to her message. I literally feel as if she has thought in her head, I'm going to record this for Catherine. And then I would implement what I took from the video. I would embody it. I would make the changes. So if I said that I was going to do a gym session, and then I'd watch a motivational video who's talking about the importance of health and fitness, this is just an example, but anything at all that you can think of, then I'd be like, I'm going to the gym. I'm sticking to my routine. I'm going to invest into a PT. I'm going to join a gym where I enjoy the equipment more, or I like the environment more, whatever it is for you. That's just an example. But I used YouTube videos and people on YouTube to really tap into that side of myself, to elevate, because in the real world, other than my brother, to be honest, didn't have people like that to look up to or have conversations with, and all these successful people who say like, get in those rooms, be around those people, have conversations with like millionaires and stuff, like be around like the 5 people that you're around, you're gonna be the 6th one. And I'm like, well, I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who's got money. I don't know anyone who's got their own business. I don't know anyone who's like anything along the lines of what I wanted to achieve and what I wanted to be and what I was striving for in my life. I didn't have people in the physical world. Didn't matter. I had YouTube. So I watched them and I listened to people who had done what I wanted to do. I only listen, and this is a big tip for you, I only listen to people. I only look up to people. I only invest my hard-earned money into people who have done what I want to do, and they come from a place of wisdom. They come from a place of experience. They've made all of the mistakes, they've gone the long way around, and then they're teaching us, other people, with their work, with their wisdom, with their education, with their programs, with their coaching, with everything that they're putting out there. They're teaching us the shortcuts, how to avoid making those mistakes, the way that you don't have to go all the way around. You can do this, this and this. But I can only align with people who have been there and done it. Not been university, not got certificates, not got all of the education and I've got a master's degree in this and I've studied this and studied that. No, you cannot put a price on wisdom. You cannot put a price on somebody who's already walked the path, because they know it firsthand. They know what they're teaching works because they've done it on themselves. And I think that is something that you really, really need to feel into when you're choosing people that you look up to. So then when I did start to realise, and there was no hate, there was no like arguments, there was no nothing. It was just a case of, this friendship doesn't align with me anymore and I'm gonna go my own way. And it just happened that way. Like, I'd remove myself from group chats, I'd stop talking in chats that wasn't serving me, I'd stop being on social media, and I'd just stop putting the energy into anything outside of myself that wasn't aligned with where I wanted to be, the person that I wanted to become. So I really had to check in with, what was I doing outside of this business that I was building? How was I spending my time? Who was I talking to? What conversations was I having? Where was my energy at? What was I pouring my energy into? And this was something that I'd done every day. I'm not just talking of a Wednesday, on a Friday, on a weekend. 7 days a week. You need to be having this awareness. You need to be checking in with yourself. You need to know where you're at in your life. And if you're not where you want to be, then you need to figure out why. What's holding you back? Where is your energy leaks? What can you be withdrawing your energy from, even if it's family, even if it's your best friend in the whole entire world? I think a lot of people don't realise, when it comes to success and creating the life that you want, it comes with a lot of letting go, because you're asking the universe for a new life, you're asking for a new timeline, so the old you can't come along. The old you who used to do all of the things that you used to do isn't going to get you to that next level, to that new timeline. It got you to where you are and it served you well, but then it's time to let go. And that comes with a lot of courage, but a lot of self-awareness. Self-awareness is key. Self-awareness is everything. You can't make the changes unless you're aware of what you need to change. More importantly, who you need to change. So I was in a relationship. I don't know whether I want to talk about this, but it's already coming out, so it's going to have to. Okay, I never talk about this relationship ever, but we're going to go there. We're going to go there because why not? My last video I said I'm not holding anything back, I'm in my authentic truth, so let's go. So I was in a relationship with someone, right, for 18 months, and I feel like the last 6 months of my relationship, my business began to take off. And this was before I got my salon. And I began to realise, and I think being around my brother, being around the masculine energy, I began to look at that relationship and realise, wow, this isn't what I want in a man. I don't want to be with a man like this. And it's not that he was a bad person, and I'm not going to call him out or anything. It was just that as I was growing and evolving, he stayed down here, and he didn't want to grow, and he didn't want to evolve, and he didn't want to do the work, and he was happy living in a little flat and not having a car and not having any money and delivering pizzas of a night time, and he was a drug dealer, but we won't go down that path. But he was happy in the life that he was in, and I wasn't happy in my life. I wanted more. I wanted this, what I've got now. So then as time went on, the relationship went on, and then I had to make the decision. And I'll never forget, one morning I just woke up, and it was literally like the week that I got me salon, and I need to change this song, it's making me sad. That was making me depressed as fuck. Right, so it was the week that I got my salon, or the week after. It was around that time frame. I remember waking up one morning and being like, I don't want this. And I don't know whether I was in love. I thought it was love, but I deeply cared for this person. Like, he made me happy. He did. He was a good boyfriend to me. But it was just that I had this vision of this life that I wanted, and he didn't fit in the vision. He didn't, because he didn't want to do the self-work. He didn't want to better himself, which is okay, by the way. That is okay. If people don't want to do the inner work, if they don't want to up-level their life, if they don't want more from this life, that is okay. Leave them where they are. Let them do whatever they want. You don't need to instruct people how to be and how to live. Inspire them, show them by you doing you, by you being the best you. And if they want to come along with you, then they will. And if they don't, then it wasn't meant to be, and that's none of your business. Just let them do whatever they want to do. But do not, and I repeat, do not water yourself down. Do not play small. Don't start lowering yourself because you don't want to outgrow them. Don't do that to yourself, because that will be, I believe, your biggest regret, when we start shrinking ourselves and watering ourselves down and playing small with who we are because we're scared of the person that we're in a relationship with no longer aligning with us, no longer being on the journey with us. Yeah, so don't do that shit. But I then sent a message to him in that moment, because I knew if I didn't send it there and then I'd sit on it and I'd feel into it, and then, you know, you start speaking to them, you start remembering the good times, you start wishing it could be more this and that, and you talk yourself out of it. Like, you literally talk yourself out of making decisions that you know you need to make. You know it. You are rooted in the knowing of it. Like, this relationship does not serve me and I need to end it. And I knew in that moment, Catherine, if you don't send that message now, if you don't end this right now, then you never will. You never will. So I sent him a message, we met up, and I just said, look, I'm done and I just need to be on my own, and I need to figure out what I want from life, and I can't do it whilst I'm in a relationship because I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. And I don't know what I like, and I don't know what makes me happy, and I don't know what my favourite colour is, and I don't know what food I like to eat, and I don't know how to go as the shopping on my own, and I don't know how to be myself. Like, who is myself? And I knew that that was Source calling me, like, it's time to go on an adventure, it's time to find you. And I couldn't do that whilst I was in a relationship. So the relationship ended, not in a nice way. He went psycho. Like, literally had to ring the police a lot, like absolute lunatic. I used to, back then, always attract the loons. Now I don't, but I used to. Anyway, so that was done. Dramatic ending, but that was done. And then I decided, I made myself a promise, which came through in meditation. 2 years. That was the number 2. 2 years, you need to be celibate. The dog's going mad now because a leaf has just blew in the house. 2 years, you need to be celibate and you need to focus on you. And that means celibacy isn't dating, it's not speaking to people, it's not going on nights out and getting attention off males. It's no energy leaks, none. It's just your energy poured into you. It's not even replying back to a message. It's nothing at all outside of yourself with the masculine. So I really went inwards. I stopped being accessible to anyone. I cut off every friend. Every single person in my life I cut off, and I went solo. And I trusted in it, and it was lonely as fuck. It was so lonely. And at times I did question, and I'd be like, wow. It was a feeling of like, nobody understands what I'm doing, nobody gets it, nobody's with me, nobody's seeing it. And do you know how amazing it is when you keep going, when you keep showing up, when you keep going all in and you stay loyal to that vision and that dream, and you're laser focused on the life that you want to build, the success that you want to achieve, the life that you want to have for you and your children and your family and whatever, do you know how amazing it is when you can do all of that when nobody's there to clap for you, nobody's there watching, nobody's there holding your hand? That level of self-discipline is on a complete other level. It is. And it changed my life. Having that mindset changed a lot for me, because I knew that I had me. And I think that's what celibacy done for me. It brought me back to me. It helped me understand me. It helped me get to know myself. And it was a massive part of my journey, and that played such a huge part in my success and how quickly everything happened for me. Like, I think the most profound part about my journey isn't what I'd done, but how fast I'd done it. Like, to go from being, you know, literally that social worker getting me and my son a place in a women's refuge, to then having this 6-figure business. Like, my business was like 7 months old. I bought a Range Rover outright cash. I got my own salon, my own training academy. 7 months. I don't know anyone who's done that. And I think it was because I detached from anything that wasn't aligned with the life that I wanted to live. I was hyper focused on the success, on the money, on the build, on the drive, on hitting this level that I knew that I could go to. I knew I could take it there. I knew it. And I had no evidence of it. And nobody told me. But it was a feeling inside of myself that I would wake up with every morning and I would be like, I'm going to give my son a better life. I'm not staying here in this life. This isn't us. And I need to work hard. And it wasn't about working hard in the business. It wasn't. It was about working hard on me. The self-development work. The inner work. I had to heal from my shit. I had to cut those ties from anybody that had hurt me or let me down or treated me a certain way. I had to stop carrying this heavy feeling around of the hate and the anger and the blame. Like, I blamed everybody. I blamed so many people for where I was in my life. And where did that get me? It kept me there. It kept me in that energy of staying stuck. I stayed there for way too long. And then I just dedicated my whole life to healing. And I wanted to heal me. That's all I was bothered about. I just wanted to heal myself. And then God told me, well, you cannot heal yourself and not share this wisdom with the rest of the world. Like, this is now your gift that you earned. It wasn't given to me. I didn't get it from aesthetics. I earned it from the wisdom, and I earned it from the dedication that I had to myself. I stopped letting myself down. I started putting myself first. I started putting my needs before everybody else's. I stopped people pleasing. I was such a people pleaser. I wanted to be liked by everyone. I wanted that validation. And I didn't ever feel good enough without it. So I seeked out there. And I'd always be whatever you'd want me to be. That's how I always felt in a room. Like, when I'd walk into a room, I would mirror your energy. And I'd always subconsciously feel like, I hope she likes me. I hope she likes me. I hope she likes me energy. And it was all fake. Because you can't be like that when you walk in a room. You've just got to be you. In the energy of, if you don't like me, that's nothing to do with me. That's your shit. So you go and heal. Because I'm not here to gain validation from strangers that I don't even know. And I'm definitely not here to take on other people's opinions of myself. I don't need that. I don't need your validation. I validate myself. Thank you. I validate myself. I'm good. That's the old me. But again, it comes down to awareness. Like, are you aware that you even do that when you walk into a room, when you're around people? Because I wasn't. I didn't know that that's what I used to do. And even though I did have that really, really lonely phase, probably 18 months that lasted, in that time, I really got to know myself and I really started to enjoy my own company. I loved being with myself, where before that, I could never be on my own, ever. I'd always, like, if my son was at, like, his nan's or anything, I'd always, like, be on the phone to my friends, like, let's go out for a drink, let's go Wetherspoons and get drunk. Or, like, if I was dating or messaging anyone, I'd always be doing something to avoid having to be with me, because I hated it. And I used to think, how can people just sit in the house on their own? Like, it's weird. Like, why would you choose to do that? Just go out with the girls. Don't sit in the house on your own. That's boring. Now, you will never find me out. I am always in the house on my own, and I love it. I'm with my little puppy, but I love, like, absolutely adore my own company, because I know who I am now, because I took that time out to get to know me. So I know my favourite food, I know what makes me happy, I know what makes me laugh, I know what lights me up, I know what brings me joy. I can literally be in the car and just be like laughing with myself, putting my favourite playlist on and singing my heart out. Like, I know my own inner joy. I think that is the biggest success, being able to be a person with inner peace, joy and happiness. That's a frequency of its own. That is something that all of us should be striving for in this lifetime, above anything, above the Lamborghini, above the £1 million home, above all of the external shit. How do you feel when you're with you? How do you feel when you're all alone? In those four walls, with nobody to talk to, nobody's there to comfort you, nobody's there to distract you and take your mind off stuff. How do you feel? Can you hold the space for yourself? Like, when you've had a bad day, or things aren't going to plan, or you've been tested, or your fella's just cheated on you, or something really horrible is happening to you. Are you there for you, or do you abandon? Do you neglect yourself? Do you just fuck off? How easy it is. Like, in those situations, I wouldn't sit with myself, I wouldn't hold space for myself. I'd go to the shop and get annoying. But I've just had another message to say, the storage on your iPhone is full. I am sick of this. So I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go. But I hope whatever you needed from this episode you got. I hope it's give you a lot of food for thought wherever you are in your life, and I hope that you really sit with what came up for you and feel into the life that you want to live and the version of you right now. What changes do you need to make? What people do you need to let go of? What do you need to do to get closer to that version of you? And you'll know the answers, and the answers that it feels difficult and you might question. You know what you need to do? Because when I had to leave that relationship, and when I knew I couldn't be in that relationship if I wanted this success of my business, I knew, and in that time period of ending the relationship with him, there was times where I'd be laying in bed at night missing him, and I'd be like, I just want to reach out to him, I just want to text him. And I knew if I reached out to him, he would be at my door like that. But I knew that I couldn't, and I had to stay strong in the decision, because what I wanted from my life was so much more bigger than just what I wanted in the now, of somebody to cuddle me and tell me that they love me and that instant gratification. I knew what I needed to do, and every time, I was going to say sometimes, all the time, it's never about what we want to do, it's what we need to do. And I think once we learn to detach from what we want and feel into what we actually need, then everything changes. The universe starts opening doors, people start coming in, opportunities start showing up, life gets better because we get better. But you've got to stay loyal to you, you've got to stay loyal to the dream, to what you want from this life that we get to do once. Don't waste it on people who don't deserve your energy. People that you're pouring into that don't pour back into you. People that aren't serving you and who you are. You know what to do. You know the timing of doing it. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, and trusting the universe. The universe has always got you. I'll see you soon.